day. I hope everything good with you and yours. Hey, yo, pardon the noise in the background, you heard? Pardon that noise. Let me get back to that pull-up bar. Let me get these push-ups. You're pardon that noise in the background, you heard? so far, I got a good count with that 10 rep count. So what I'm gonna try to do is, I'm gonna try to be consistent with that 10 rep count throughout the entire routine. So we'll definitely put forth that effort again to keep that count at that 10 mark. So far, so good at starting off in a smooth capacity with those 10 rep counts, right? So I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm just hitting the push-ups and the pull-ups thus far. So I'm already at, just did 10. So I did about 30 reps already, all right? So. So that was a nice 20 right there. Again, I'm keeping it 10. Hopefully, that 10 rep count with the pull-ups, I'm able to be consistent at least with 10 sets with that 10 rep count. So that'll be beautiful. You know, if I'm able to carry out that goal, that'll be a milestone for me. Much gratitude. I see you applying pressure to that like button. Much gratitude. Let's go. Let's get it. You already know, yo, Fresh Huss. What's good? My day is great. My day is going great. We out here. We getting this money. We getting these gains. The true way. Huh? The calisthenic way. Salute. So far, so good with that 10 rep count. So I did about 3 sets of those already. So we'll see how it pan out. And I'm not necessarily, I should be writing this down. Word. Because I'll lose count. But one thing for sure is that I'm going to get more than plenty, beyond what I bargained for in terms of the work and the amount of work that I'm gonna put forth. You know, I always make those thorough deposits to where I gain tremendously. You dig? Let's hit these push-ups. I'm pacing myself today. I'm just enjoying. Pardon that noise in the background with the swing. It's annoying, but this is where I'm at with it today. Another successful 10 reps on that bar. You know, some days is better than others. For those who know, you know, dealing with my arm situation, as I gotta mention, you know, because I want these milestones, I want this demonstration of these days in which I'm so glad to be able to take advantage of. A lot has to do with the weather and just also the way in which my grip is cooperating with me today, you know? So I think that's what my 4th set of doing 10 straight with the 10 rep count on the pull-ups. So I accept that a great deal. Let's go. Let's hit these push-ups. Yo, Fresh. Salute. Back looking crazy. Thank you. So periodically, as the children occupy the swing, that noise will be in and out the video, you know, but this is where we at today. I'm out here with my son on this beautiful spring day. Great way in which we could take advantage of getting a workout in while your children aren't being able to occupy the park and do what they do, you know? Straight up. True gains. Calisthenics, body weight working out, you know? Always, hus. Indeed. We out here. We did legs last night, the goblet squats. So it's only right that the upper body is definitely giving that attention as well. Even though I gave more attention to the upper body this week. Let's get it though. I'm taking a longer break today just so I can regroup and I'll be able to hit that mark of 10 sets of the 10 rep count, all right? Huss. Gotta make deposits, absolutely fresh, gotta make deposits. That set right there, that wasn't one of my better sets, but you know what? It was executed. It was implemented. It was applied. Okay? So, yes. Even me, I deal with moments with not feeling like it was my best set. But the important thing is that we're doing the work, right? And that's what it is, right? It's very important of doing the work, doing the exercise in the correct manner, indeed. But you could be in a position of where you are in proper alignment, right? And all of that, and still feel off, and still feel sort of less of a connection in the sense of not really, I guess I would say, really tapping into that sweet spot, if you will. So again, don't allow that to take you off focus with the work. But I think that was my 5th set with the pull-ups, doing 10 straight. So what I'll do is just to make sure that that goal is accomplished, I'm gonna do extra sets. So better to do more and go past set goal, right? So that's a great thing too. Believe that. Yeah, so I'm taking a longer break today just so I can be able to have the ability to crank out the 10 reps, you know? The body is responding wonderful. And what a feeling, you know? What a feeling. Let's get it. We out here, but of course, that was money. Another 10. So That got to be the 6th set that I did 10 straight. Okay? And when you hit certain milestones, when you reach the next level within your fitness journey, strength, muscle, all of the above, those are major indicators how much is worth it, right? To further encourage oneself by way of those accomplishments within your gains, and that should further motivate you to do more, to do different. Great response from the body, as you see. Fired up. Sometimes it don't take much, you know. And what I also could mention is that I hit that 5-day mark of working out this entire week. Another thing too, which is a very big deal for me, is not having to use the grips. You know, speaking of grips, this is the most I've ever had to use grips in my life of working out, and that is post-surgery. You know, after I got injured, and that wasn't from a workout, so those who don't know, you know, that's what I'm talking about. And prior to this injury, I didn't have to really use grips at all. So, and if I can go without them, I will. And let me get to this money. I'm gonna tell you something else about grips. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And speaking of grips, I seen an advertisement on TikTok, and they had some hand grips. I looked in the comments. A lot of very opinionated in terms of wanting to not use those grips. And my take on grips, right? Because they were talking about the calluses in your hands and all that. Those are trophies to me. Even like when I do push-ups on my knuckles and I get bruised up or whatever the case, those are trophies. That's the work, you know? That is what is noticeable without saying anything, right? They see it, they don't. But it's always a reminder for you that you was in the field, you was on the turf, you was on the bars, right? Let's get these push-ups, y'all. It's an absolutely gorgeous day out today. Again, that climate, as I always speak of, there's no wind present. It's very, very calm within the atmosphere. You know, it's fairly quiet, even though it's, you know, occupied very much with the people, you know, that showed up today. It's a beautiful day. Definitely is. Definitely is. You know, if, you know, for those who are at home, step outside, you know, and now it's time. Let's take advantage of that vitamin D. Let's get these pull-ups though. Yeah, I'm with my kid. I'm with my son. You know, I'm with my son. Right, so I'm working out while he gets his time in the playground. Right. And with that statement, to be honest with you, more parents should be out working out, should be working out right now while they're in the park with their kids. And you don't have to be working out, but be active with them. Run a little bit, move, you know, instead of sitting down. And I get it, you know, that's not everybody. You know, but these things should be implemented, you know? Sure. But yeah, parents need to be working out. So while I'm in the park and my son is occupying the playground, I'm gonna get my money. You know, it's simple. You find you a designated area where you're not getting in the way of the children. You make it happen. All it takes is a very small space. But it is what it is. So that had to be at least 6 sets of straight 10 rep pull-ups within the set. So it's a big deal for me today. And it's a big deal not just for today. These days here are the indications to me, the reminders to me, the solidifying, the reassuring to me that what I'm doing today, I'll be able to do tomorrow. I'll be able to do the next day. It's a process, but with the dedication, we develop stronger. We develop more defined. We develop more healthier. Of course we do. Let's get this money, y'all. Hustle. And let me mention this too, right? What I love doing after a day like today with the calisthenics, tomorrow when I go to the gym, I do some weight training. You know, I like to be well-rounded with the different types of workout. So that gotta be at least my seventh set of 10 pull-ups straight. Let's get these push-ups. Yo, Fresh, always much gratitude, Fresh, for supporting me the way you do, for encouraging the chat and the people to offer their support. Thank you, you heard?
You guys are too small for this. You're too small for these things. You have 2 minutes and I'm not helping.
That was a nice 30 count. You bet it was. Yes, indeed. I know that, Fresh. You know I know that. You know I know that. Feel that in that core too, to hit them pull-ups. Take a great amount of core strength. Sure. There we go, Fresh. Somebody came forth and applied pressure to that like button. There we go. Much gratitude, y'all. You know we appreciate that, indeed we do. For sure. Let's get this money. That's set 8. That's set 8. Straight, that 10 count rep. Let's get it. Like I said, it's a big deal for me, you heard? The noise in the background. The swing, I told y'all, periodically. You good? Let me give me some agua. Feeling fantastic again, true calisthenics. It's only true if applied in the right manner, in the correct form. You know, technique, rhythm, all the above. Appreciate you. Yo, shout out to Jack. Close to 2 years on a consistent basis, making right decisions diet-wise. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed, Fresh. The body responding in a great deal. Let's go. With these push-ups. Push and pull. That's all it takes. True calisthenics, y'all. You'd be amazed of how body weight workouts could have you looking like a bodybuilder, or even better in some cases. For real, for real. But again, it all depends on how one goes about what brings about certain results, you know? Because me personally, I've definitely grown and appreciated designing my physique, the definition, you know, the construction, you know? So, to be honest with you, I've been most of my life, I was not as defined as I am thus far. And I always mention that because I want the people to know that it is beyond possible, all right? For those who have any doubt, all right? This applies to those who are battling with some form of doubt, all right? Let's get these pull-ups, y'all. We doing good with these pull-ups. Yeah, we on the roll, y'all. We on the roll. Yeah. Beautiful money. Beautiful. It's one of those workouts where I just pace to myself. It's staying on cue. Staying on cue. And the thing about, I want to make mention of this too. Let's just say you have to take a longer rest break, right? I would suggest stay off the phone. You know, even if you're taking a longer rest, you know what I'm saying, than that required 30-second mark of a rest point, stay locked in your mind. You know, don't get distracted by looking at your phone, by having too long of a conversation and stuff. So being locked in is just being mentally, stay mentally connected with the body's contraction. And while being silent, listen. And what I mean listen, staying connected with the body's activation, right? So that makes sense, you know, if you understand what I'm saying. Just stay free from taking your mind off of, stay free from the things that take your mind off of, ready to get to that next set, all right? Where we at? Push up, matter of fact, let's get right back on that bar for all that talking. That was a set, but it was a failed set. Because I went off, I was supposed to hit 10. Side though, as long as I complete those 10 sets of 10 reps, we good. Let's hit them push-ups. True calisthenics. Stay true to your calisthenics. You know? Stay true to your calisthenics. It's not bad though. Not bad. I still got to complete those 10 reps, those 10 sets of 10 reps within this routine. I got to do that. Got you. I got to solidify this routine in my mind. You know, got to set the bar for oneself. And that's what I'm also making a point of. You got to be able to set the bar for oneself, even when you're working out by yourself. So go to extra reps, go to extra set, go to failure, you know? Push yourself, don't give in. Your mind is gonna tell you to stop. It's gonna tell you did enough, you know? I too battle with those thoughts still at times, you know? They start, excuse me. So, what I was about to say, it's becoming more difficult. It's becoming more difficult for me to get that 10 rep count. So I'm gonna take a longer break and let the body regroup so I can produce that needed extra strength to execute. But it's still great money, you know? So let's see what it do. Let's not. Oh, I had one meal today, fresh. All I had was I had an egg sandwich. It's not even a sandwich because I had one piece of toast with it. But I had two eggs and a slice of toast. That was it. Yeah, that was it. I'm gonna cook tonight though. I might make some spaghetti. Yeah, that 10 count, it got challenging. It's all right though, because I did about 8 sets, okay? So that's it's a milestone for me, for sure. Let's get these push-ups. We still under the hour mark. Beautiful money though. Indeed it is. Great way to start the week, right? Let's go. Beautiful day, y'all. Absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna wrap it up soon though. Let's get a few more sets because we gotta get ready for this up and coming week. I want to get back to the residence, cook, you know, have a little downtime before, you know, the night come to a complete end, you know. But we came out here today. At this point, Obviously, I didn't complete the 10 rep, 10 set goal, but it's all right. I did 8. I'm not complacent. I'm not satisfied. This will be further pursued, all right? But again, it's a huge milestone for me to even get the amount of sets with that 10 count rep, again, due to my situation. Smash that like. Thank you, Fresh. Much gratitude to those who have chosen to apply that pressure to the like button. Yeah, let's get on that pull-up bar one more time. And my body right now, just letting you know, it's so tight, it's so activated, you know, it's very, very contracted. But yeah, money in the bank, deposits made, you know. And if I didn't show up today, whether on or off camera, there will be no further improvement. There will be no further goals to pursue, you know, by way of the action, right? The goals can only be accomplished by way of the action, by way of at least an attempt, right? But it was great money though, you know, and it's one of them days where I just wanted to get something, you know, I just wanted to get something, you know, so that indeed I did, you know, straight up. You know, let's get a few more though, you know, let's at least do that. So I'm gonna get what I can in the time being, you know? Why not? Because I'm here with my son. That's why I'm at the park. And you must not be from New York, because if you look on the internet, there's a lot of guys in the park working out all the time. You must be from somewhere where that's not a common thing. Yeah, but we at the park. Yes, we are. It's called body weight workouts. It's called calisthenics. It's called pull-ups. Indeed it is. Let's hit them push-ups again, y'all. Them push-ups is calling. Calling for me. Appreciate you. Them hammer grip chin-ups are money. Thank you. They are money though. Yes, they are. They definitely are money. That was damn near 10 on those. So I guess I got 9 sets of hitting the 10 rep count on the set. Yo, shout out to Sean. Appreciate you. But we had to do at least I didn't count the sets. It got to be close to 20 sets collectively. Definitely gotta work on that upper chest. Always room for improvement. Always. But to not do anything is the worst thing one could do. Believe that. Believe that. All you need is your own weight, a bar, maybe a jump rope, and an ab wheel. Speaking of jump ropes, Sean, I always got mine on deck. I always got my jump rope on deck. I got the resistant bands on deck. So I wanted to mention this also. After doing your pull-up, your actual pull-up workout, your calisthenic workout, a great way to just get instead of me stretching per se, I'll hit the elastic bands. That's just my way of doing things, you know? So these are excellent. These are wonderful right here. Let's get these pull-ups, y'all. And when you come closer in on those parallel bars, when you come closer in, I feel it like in my mid back, like right here. I feel a great response, a great contraction. It just really like right in the center of that back is where I feel, you know, that response, that, you know, in which way it's being targeted. Word. Yeah, we almost, yeah, we about to get up out of here. You good? You ready? So for those who asking why I'm in the park, That's why I'm in the park. For the record. I ain't even got to tell you that, because those who know, they know. Straight like that. We wrapping it up, though. Yeah, that's right, friend. Someone do it again? All right. Yeah, that's a fact. Definitely make sure they eat. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, that was a good workout though, y'all. Word. That was good. Hey, yo, much appreciation to those who came forth, showed your support. Apply pressure to that like button. And if you so happen to subscribe, much gratitude in advance. Indeed. But we out here. Getting to it. You going? Go ahead, get that money. Getting it?
That's so quick.
I know, you did, definitely.
I almost fell, but I caught myself.
It's all good.
Ow, my hands.
It's all good. It's making them stronger. Yeah. Yeah, he an athlete, fresh. You know? That was a good workout though, y'all. We definitely here. We showed up. You know, I enjoy doing so. Yes, I do. We about to get up out of here. It's getting time is starting to catch up. So this is the type of time I'm on, y'all, with the fitted t-shirts. Never in my life wore t-shirts this fitted in my life. Word. And the body's still asking for more, but I like that feeling too. Speaking on the body asking for more. Because that's just another day to look forward to gain more. Sav, when he gonna see a gym stream? I mean, pardon me, Sav, when we gonna see a gym stream? What you mean, Fresh? A gym stream? Oh, when I go to the gym. I'm gonna have to do that. You know, it'd be be a lot going on in that gym, man. You know, people be in the way, and I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I've done it before. Something light. You know what I mean? Word. Something light. You know what I'm saying? They be playing that music in there too, you heard? But I could sacrifice, you know, I could sacrifice the money and all that. You feel me? Word. Yo, what up? What up, what up? What's good? Yeah, so, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that though. I'm gonna have to sacrifice all that, you know, the music or what have you. Show you what I be doing in that gym too. Definitely. You know, I'm gonna muster up the desire to do so though, Fresh. And to be honest, you know, even on my own accord, I be, you know, as much as I can, I be staying away from that gym, man. You know, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I like my own space. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, there be people in the park. But, you know, when it comes to the calisthenics and all that, it's like you get on the bar, get off, and let the next man go. You know what I mean? In the gym, you know, people, it's a little different, man. It's people are occupying equipment and things of that nature, not really using it, not you know, allowing the equipment to free up. You know what I'm saying? Because they are getting to the money and keeping it moving, you know? So, but I like my space, man. Like I said, in the park, the difference between the park and the gym, you know, people, you get on that bar, you like, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of haggling in that gym, certain gyms, right? But a lot of gyms, you know, it'd be a lot of standing around, a lot of, you know, I had people, are you, you know, are you still you? And I don't mind people inquiring and all that, but I'm saying I've been in certain gyms where a person will stand there and wait for you to finish using the equipment. You know what I mean? And it's like, the way I work out, I use it for real. So it's like, you know, I just tell people, I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's the truth. You know, when I'm on the squat rack, or if I'm using a bent, whatever, yo, I'm gonna be there at least 8 sets, the minimum. So it's not even no reason for you to stand there. But I've been in gyms where a person is standing there waiting for you to finish with the seat. It ain't like that in the park. You get on the bar and you get off. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Cats be on the bench press, yeah. Be on the bench press strolling. The gram and all that, yeah. That's why I don't do yeah. Telling you, man. But I'm gonna tell you this though, right before I close out. Certain gyms, like them powerhouse gyms, like Bev Francis, the East Coast Mecca, like them hardcore gyms where, like, you better put them weights back. You heard? Yo, let me get up out of here. This camera about to die, y'all. Much gratitude, yo. We gonna catch up. You heard? Huss. You already know. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, catch you on the next go around. Yo, Simon, what up? Always a pleasure. Catch you on the next go around. We out of here. Peace.